everybody. So today we're in the folding table zone, and because it's winter, March 1st, the setup is downstairs and inside for my folding. When it gets warm, I like to go outside in my backyard in the trees, under the tree in the shade, and fold in the shade. And what my finished product looks like is stuff like this. And I have to look at them for a second to try to remember what pattern it is so I can decide what colors I like to put on them. Sometimes I make a plan, like I have a whole bunch of color schemes I've designed out, and most times I just like to fold them, grab it, give it the Dwizzle Whizzle, and drop a color bomb on it and see what happens. That's what this shirt did. Trust me, there was no plan here. But I did actually, this was one of the first long sleeves I ever did. That's why I kept it. And we'll work on that. But I don't know, I thought the pattern kind of stayed pretty cool. Anyway, I've rarely seen a tie-dye shirt I didn't like, no matter who makes it. So, you know what my favorite shirt is? The last one I made. Okay. So I got a bunch of shirts here. I'm gonna do one long sleeve for the master, and I'll let you know who he is later. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some long sleeves because I've got to work on those, and then I will do some for sale later when I master the folds. I wanna make sure they're tight, and can't have no Dwizzle fizzle when we're getting the shirts. So get all the long sleeves out of the way here. Oh yes, challenge accepted. And what size is this? I did 5 extra larges. This is a large, so that's good. We'll do a large. They're easy to fold. And what I do is I do inverted folds so that the patterns split. And then in my mind, I just look at the shirt and I kind of think about what half a shirt double would look like, and then I draw the pattern on here that I see in the Dwizzle zone, and then I pick some color schemes that I hope will blend well, and I use an ice dye technique. And what I like about it is the way that colors have a gradient. Like there's one color of blue in here, but the way the ice melts and gradually breaks the dye out into the material, it creates gradients, and so it's just like a million colors instead of 4. And I like doodling with colors. I've been doing it since, I was a wee lad back in the old country, which is 12 miles from here. So anyway, so I do the split fold like this, and it comes out like this. So it's a half a shirt, and it's inverted. So this comes like this. I tuck one sleeve into the other so that the sleeves match. I mean, not match perfectly, because if I ever dye a perfect tie-dye shirt, then I'll have to quit. Who would do that? So they're close so they match and look badass, because we do like symmetry when we look at patterns and stuff. And then we also like chaos. And that's what I like about tie-dye. It's like, this is obviously a pattern, but it's also a complete color bomb of chaos. Don't you think? Anyway, so we've got this laid out. I'm making sure the lines line up, because sometimes when they fold, it makes you deceive that you don't want, I want it to be square. And so if the crease happens, I gotta make sure the crease is not where it's supposed to be. All So now this one, I'm gonna do what I call my eagle crest pattern, which on large shirts, the way I fold it, I've had really good luck with the way the pattern turns out. And I'm not sure if that's because of just the way the angle turns on the large shirts that size, it looks cool or something, or if it's just the way I fold it. I don't know, I'll figure it out one day. But until then, this one's getting it. And so, you can't really see that. I mean, I can see it, but I don't know, maybe in the camera we can. Anyway, there's a very faint blue line. I don't know if you can see that. There's a very faint blue line. Now I'm going to fold along that. And I do a traditional fan fold. I didn't know that was called till I've been tie-dyeing for like 7.5 years. I'm like, oh, I do a fan fold? Oh, okay. Because when I set out to tie-dye, I decided I didn't want to watch any tutorial videos, that I just wanted to make my own discovery. And, you know, like you probably, if you watched my introductory video, you probably heard the story, but just a quick recap. My wife told me that we could make tie-dye with Kool-Aid, and and I always wanted a cool tie-dye shirt, you know. And so sorry, you gotta focus right here for this turn in the corner. Get that in there like that. Yeah. And so, like, you gotta keep them together. And if you have carpal tunnel syndrome, take a lot of Advil and medicate anyway using that fits your style, because there's a lot of squeezing if you're dyeing shirts. So I got it. That line's kind of hard to see. Anyway, so we dyed a couple of Kool-Aid shirts that washed out, of course, which was disappointing because I was like, I just made my own tie-dye shirt. I have an old t-shirt. So I rounded up all my old t-shirts, went down to the hobby store and got the girls' camp, you know, girls, and I should say, I got to do it correct, youth camp tie-dye kits, and started tie-dyeing that way. And so somewhere in there I said, I'm just going to learn all this myself. I don't want to go online and learn it because I was afraid it would be too hard and I would chicken out, you know. So I just started tinkering with it, and here we are today doing it, still doing it, loving every second of it. So now I'm folding these out, or getting these out, so that the patterns stay true and the colors don't bleed into one another. Because when one of my pet peeves is when orange and blue mix. It's like it's brown. I don't like it. And another one is purple. Is it purple and green is another one that if I bleed them too much, it's tie-dye, so like nobody really notices, but it makes me nuts. So I got to make sure these folds are right. Plus, my customers, a lot of subconscious people, you can see that crap. They're like, oh, there's something ugly about that shirt. I'm not sure what it is. But they're unpredictable. Well, we got a visitor. This is Mr. Miyagi. He thinks this is cool. This is not cool, bro. I mean, we're trying to run a business here. This is a serious business. Oh, it looks like you get to join the cat meeting. All right. Off you go, Joe. Off you go. Anyway, so this one started to buckle because it's a thick fold. Because this one, so I'm flipping it over, and I'm getting those folds down because we can't have it buckling. Now go back over, because now I've got a line here. Maybe you can see it, but it's right here. And so now I'm going to straighten all the folds up on that line, because that line is the actual pattern of the shirt. It is where all these are going to follow. So I color each section gets a color, right? Okay, so now I got to get my handy dandy sinew. there's probably some fancy knot. I love knots. I was a Boy Scout. I got my rope knot tying merit badge. I wore the bandana. I went to the Court of Honor. Oh, by the way, looks like we got a visit from Apple Pie. Today is Cat Bomb Day. Did you know that? It's Cat Drop By Bomb Day. What's up? This is Apple Pie Butterfly. She picked me. I was not very much of a cat person, but this one picked me, and she is the cutest little critter monkey buckle face. Look at that. Apple Pie Butterfly. Cause see, look at her whiskers. She looks like a butterfly. And she got a little piece of apple pie right here on her face. And she did a little white chest. She's just the cutest thing. She's literally the cutest freaking cat I've ever seen. And so, like, easy going, dude. I can just wrestle a monkey her anytime. Yeah, you like that? I know you do. Anyway, can you get out of the camera? Like, I'm doing some freaking high-tech stuff here, dude. That's a girl cat, but I like to call her dude. She's my dude. Oh, apple pie. Like, this is an important knot. No, you don't get any of my monster either. Do you guys like monsters? I like monsters. I know, here come the comments. That's just bad for you, it's gonna kill you. Yeah, I know, that's the point of life. You're gonna die. Okay, down we go, Mo. Attention. Jeez. Desperate for attention. They're like, who's he talking to? Who are you talking to? This is our domain, dude. Yeah, no, I'm still the boss. All right. So now we got the start of our tie. And what's going to happen now is I'm going to tie each one all the way up this way. So they're sectioned all the way up to this. And then this is the same thing. Now, every once in a while, I'll leave it just like this. And I'll kind of fold it and crinkle it all up and do one tie and then dye it. And I've had a couple of shirts come out really cool. But most of the time, it's kind of like those are the ones I give to Christmas gifts to the people I don't like. I mean, that I love that you don't like. You know, the ones that start with F, end with Y. All right. I'm not going to bore you with the rest of the ties. And me and Mr. Miyagi are going to sign out now. Come on, dude. Are you going to use your paw to sign out? Okay, well.